Okay, so let's take a look at Sleeper Carb, just to get you a little bit more familiar with it. You've probably not seen these before, especially in the Volkswagen community when we're also used to Solix Carbs and ICTs and Webers, etc. But yeah, so these might be a little bit of an oddity, but there's nothing special about these. They're they're relatively straightforward and easy to maintain. So let's take a look at what we've got. So we've got a few things. We've got an air fuel mixture screw at the top. We have here a fuel enricher or a fast idle starting jet. Here we've got your idle adjustment at the top. We've got an air port, so that's just for a pipe that gets tucked around the back of the engine. And on this side you've got a pump jet and a pump adjuster here. Of course, this section, this is just for your accelerator cables. On the underside you've got a bowl plug. You can remove that and that will expose your main jet. There we go, there's one here. So it's really handy, so you don't have to take the carburetor off the engine. You can just take the bowl plug off and access that nice and easily. So it's really useful. In here you've got a diaphragm. This is your pump diaphragm. If you're going to open this up, be very careful because there's some springs and some ball bearings in there. You don't want to lose those. And then of course you've got your fuel pipe in. On the back end we've just got a simple butterfly. If you look closely inside here, as you press your accelerator, it exposes a series of little holes which allows you to accelerate. So very straightforward, not a lot to it. Now if you wanted to open this up and check if you especially have issues with fuel overflow, or you want to check if your float height is set correctly, all you need to do is remove four screws. There's one long screw that's fitted here. Just take that one out, and then you've just got four others which I've already removed. Look here, there we go. So once you've done that, you should be able to just pull it apart. Really straightforward. There we go. Let's take a gasket off. Right, let's take a look at the bottom half first before we do anything else. Right, so bottom half of the carburetor. So inside your carburetor, look, you've got your float. Next to your float is your ejector nozzle. That's called an ejector nozzle, and at the top of the ejector nozzle is a small little O-ring. There we go. Now sometimes they come off, so be careful. If you split it, sometimes it can be trapped on your the other half of the carburetor, and it's easy for you to just pick it up and it'll roll away and you won't even know. So yeah, be careful with that one. And then on this side you've got your needle jet here, needle valve, so that allows fuel in. So let's set your float height up. So all you need to do with this one is just first of all just press the needle valve just to lift the float upwards like that, look. But just have a quick check, just make sure everything's all free, nothing's snagging anywhere, nothing feels stiff. If it does, try and find out what that is, but usually all you've got is a little pin, a screw that holds it all together, and you need a valve of course. And the setting is very simple. It's just from the top surface of the bowl of the carburetor here to the top surface of the float, and that measurement you're looking for around about 3.5 millimeters. So there we go. There's the top half of the bowl and top of the float itself. Take a measurement of around about 3.5 millimeters. There you go. That should be set up perfectly. And one last point to make is just from the inside of your the bowl, if this ever overfills, there's a drain here, look. So there we go. So you've got an overflow pipe which is supplied with your kit that runs through to the bottom of your engine and allows it to leave the drain hose, but unfortunately leaves a bit of fuel on the floor, but we'll come to that in another video, and I'll show you how to set it all up so you can reduce the effects of any overflow due to too much pressure. Okay, so we've got the carburetor fitted. We're going to go through the starting procedure. The starting procedure is in the manual that we send you, so take a look at that. But basically, turn your ignition on, wait for your fuel pump to pump, and when you hear the pump stop pumping, that's the time to start cranking the engine. The only time that you'll probably have difficulty starting it is really for your first time when you're trying to get fuel through the supercharger, through the pipes, etc. Or if your car's been laid up for a while, it might just take a little bit of time to get going. But usually this should start up relatively straight away. Okay, so the only other thing, of course, is your fuel enricher, particularly in cold weather. If you're in a warm country, you probably won't need it, but if you're in the UK, you probably will. We've seen a few people be able to set up a cable, like a choke cable type thing, so that it can operate it from inside the car. But yeah, relatively straightforward. So I'm going to go and start the engine now. So listen out for the fuel pump. There we go, it's already at pressure. Okay, so that started up really easily. Let's go out for a spin.